Well, I hate to start a week on a fucking sour note, but unfortunately, this weekend wasn't exactly sterling. I don't know if anybody knows the name of Mary Lou Stacy, who worked under the name Anna Turner back in the day. But Mary Lou was found, I guess, up in Alaska. She was put in, I guess, a rehab center or something because she's having multiple health problems. And we just found out that she had passed away in, I guess, mid-July at age 69. Like Sean Costello, her death fell through the cracks. There's an old bit up in an Alaska paper looking to get in touch with her family because I guess that she was estranged from her family. I only knew her from Facebook. She seemed like a cool lady. We bantered back and forth for a while, and then she basically disappeared. We didn't know what happened. And unfortunately, she's no longer with us. Speaking to a good friend of hers, Jeannie Silver, Jeannie says it may have been for the best because she wasn't really doing very well and maybe was still hooked up in the alcohol and drug type thing. I know she had bad rheumatoid arthritis and stuff like that, which is very painful. But unfortunately, her death went virtually unnoticed, and I don't want to have that here. So rest in peace, Mary Lou Stacy, aka Anna Turner. Another thing that was brought to my attention was the passing of longtime wasteland doorman, for lack of better words, Joe Scannell. Joe was part of the whole wasteland crew probably since the beginning, long before I got there. And I'm not going to say I was really good friends with Joe because I wasn't. He was an acquaintance like the rest of the staff up there at Wasteland. We interacted. We did some stuff on stage. At one point, a lot of us were tight together, but unfortunately, the way the conventions fall is that when you leave one, you're a scumbag, and basically people badmouth you, and that's exactly what happened to me. I don't think Joe badmouthed me. I know Joe was having a rough time health-wise. I know he had suffered from a couple strokes and a couple heart issues, and at the last time I had talked to him, he was in some kind of rehab. Unfortunately, I guess it was last week that he passed away, and my condolences to his daughter Sammy, who's a good person, and the rest of his family and friends. People brought up the fact that maybe there should be a memorial or something like that at Wasteland. I sincerely hope there is. I sincerely hope some mention is made of his passing because he was a fixture at that show. He was a different type of guy. He was a former Army Ranger, and I thank him for his service to our country. He was funny. He could come up with some good shit. Basically, he would sit there, he can insult people. He could do it with a grain of salt and a smile on his face. Like I said, it's just a shame that I am no longer there and will not be there anymore. So, all I can say, Joe, is rest in peace. It was good hanging with you when things were good, and I'll just remember those times. And I guess August 18th marked the 50th anniversary of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I think I already did something about this at one point where we went to see it at a drive-in, but we parked so far back that we really couldn't see what was going on, and then we all nodded out and woke up to religious mumblings because they had a mass at the fucking drive-in on Sunday. I went back to see it on the re-release. I believe it was Joe Brenner had it this time and flipped it out with Torso, and it was playing at the RKO Twin in the wonderful Willowbrook Mall in waterlogged Wayne, New Jersey. And I was out cruising around with my buddy Ian that night smoking weed, and we saw the marquee, and we said, what the fuck, let's check it out. So we came in, on the second run of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and obviously the guys behind us had been there all day because they were making pig noises and quoting lines from the movie. Seeing it in a theater as opposed to seeing it in a drive-in was a different experience because you could actually see what the fuck was going on. And as I departed the theater, I noticed there were some stills and lobbies in the front window, and right in front of a fucking usher, I slipped out the lobby of Leatherface chasing Sally and the truck driver, and at one point at the convention, I had Gunner sign it. Gunner was a good guy. He's missed along with most of the cast of the Chainsaw Massacre. Marilyn Burns is no longer with us. Paul Paratan, Jim Sedlow and, Gunner left us a while ago. So it's, sort of a bittersweet anniversary because those that were really, into it are not around to celebrate it anymore. But it's one of those films that stands the test of time, despite all the watering down remakes and making Leatherface with tits and things like that. No, the original survives the test of time because it is truly fucking scary. And for a low budget film, it basically shakes off its low budget roots and has been a horror classic for decades now. So happy 50th Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's all we got today. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in. And we will catch you on the flip side. And Joe Skinnell, Mary Lou Stacy, may you rest in peace.